From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your evening update.
American Door Company has been family-owned and operated for over 29 years, supplying Northern California with quality garage doors, garage door openers, and installed with the best service you'd expect from a locally owned company. We serve all of Northern California from Willows all the way up to the Oregon state line. Give us a call today.
Well, that cooling trend definitely started today. The north end of the valley around Redding, struggling to get out of the 90s. It was, kind of the upper 90s here for today for the north end of the valley. You head south closer to Chico, struggling to get out of the 80s, believe it or not. So a bit of that delta breeze in the valley, and that kept things a little bit cooler. And of course, in the mountains, you're also seeing those cooler temperatures, and even some thunderstorms are in the forecast here for your Thursday, with slimmer chances going into Friday. But yeah, the cooler weather, the cooling trend, it's not going to last forever, because we do have some warmer weather as we go through next week. Here's your planner for your Thursday, and for the coast, yeah, cloudy skies there. And for the inland areas, we are looking at partly cloudy skies, but dry, I think, for the north coast in general. For the valley, look at that, temperatures low to mid 90s for your daytime highs, most likely dropping below normal for this time of the year as we go into your Thursday, and not to mention your Friday as well. For the mountains, we do have chances for thunderstorms for Trinity County, not to mention Siskiyou and Modoc counties, but say Lassen County, there's a chance we could see some activity, but I think most of it should stay north of Lassen County, making its way mainly in Modoc and Siskiyou counties, not to mention Trinity County as well. All right, let's talk about that heat as well. The heat that we've been experiencing, notice where it is now. It's back over the desert southwest. And what's going to happen is, as we go into this weekend and early next week, we're going to see that heat begin to expand ever so slowly in our direction. And I'm expecting that near the end of next week, into that next weekend, we're going to be looking at another heat wave heading our way. However, that being said, it'll be interesting to see exactly what those numbers will be, because if you look up to our north, we do have this trough of low pressure right here. Now, this is going out over a week, so a lot can happen between now and then. But there's a chance that this cooler air may have a bigger impact on preventing that heat from moving in. But as it stands right now, looks like it will be significantly warmer, especially by the end of next week. But again, that's a long ways from now. For now, let's enjoy the cooler weather over the next several days before we do see that warming trend going through next week. Bit of a disturbance up to our north that is moving down to the south and east, and we have another disturbance moving through on Thursday, and that's when we could see some of those thunderstorms popping up. So here we are tomorrow at about 3 p.m. There you can see in Trinity County, Siskiyou and Modoc counties. This is where I think the bulk of the activity will be. Now, there could be some activity in the eastern mountains as well, but I think the chances will be slimmer. And of course, the valley will be dry, and it will be dry for the north coast as well. Now we're going to take you into Friday, and interestingly enough, there's really not any thunderstorm activity there. However, you can see a few pop-ups trying to develop. So there could be a stray shower here and there for some of the mountains, but overall, I think the best chances will be on Thursday. All right, so let's take a look at your Trinity County forecast, and there you can see that chance for thunderstorms here, especially say Hayfork northward, and then by Friday, those chances are gone. There's your 7-day forecast for Weaverville, as those temperatures will drop and then start to go back up again. Your north coast forecast, and there you can see for the coast, we're looking at cloudy skies, temperatures upper 50s to around 60 degrees. We take you northward, and the inland areas will be looking at those temperatures dropping before going back up again for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. All right, let's take you out to Siskiyou County, where you can see Fort Jones about 84, 90 in Happy Camp. Notice the lightning strikes. I think everyone will see a chance for thunderstorms for your Thursday, just not everyone will see it. It just depends on where you are. And we still have a slight chance going into your Friday as well. As we take a look at your Modoc County forecast, there's the thunderstorms on Thursday. Of course, that's what we're seeing here for tomorrow. And then Friday, I've got a slight chance in there before we dry things out and cool things off over the weekend before we warm back up in the low 90s by next Tuesday and Wednesday. Let's take you off into the eastern mountains. Chester, a high of 84. Susanville, there's that chance for thunderstorms on Thursday. Slimmer chance on Friday. Temperatures dropping as we go into the first part of the weekend before going back up in the low to mid 90s by Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And for the valley, those temperatures are going to be in the upper 80s to low 90s, depending on where you are. So Chico, for example, I think quite honestly, you may even probably steer clear of 90 and more like the upper 80s. And there you can see 96 degrees for the city of Shasta Lake. Lakehead about 90. Look for a high of 97 for Palo Cedro, and Cottonwood a high of about 95 degrees. All right, so there's your 7-day forecast for Redding. Temperatures will be in the mid-70s, wouldn't that be nice? How about mid-90s for Thursday, Friday, but temperatures starting to climb slowly as we go into the weekend, and in particular next week, possibly back up to 105 by next Wednesday.